Hello दोस्तों, today we gonna learn about the English. Now let's continue from previous video. Now let's start. After hearing about the commercial gain made by other European companies in India, the English also decided to try their fortunes. So in 1600, 31st December of 1600, Queen Elizabeth I give charter to East India Company, or you can say exclusive right for 15 years to trade freely without no company entering there. And this East India Company is a private company. Now in 1608, the Captain Hawkins of the EIC, uh, Captain Hawkins was sent by James I, King of England, to meet the Jahangir for the purpose of to establish their factory in India. So in 1608, Captain Hawkins go to Jahangir court, and 1609 he met Jahangir, and Jahangir is impressed by him as he introduced himself in Persian. So he likes the way Englishman is talking in Persian. So he decided to made him Mansabdar of 400 Jat. Mansabdar of 400 Jad, and he gives the permission to establish a factory. And Captain William Hawkins was the first Englishman who came to India via the sea route, and his ship named as Hector. In 1612, there is a Battle of Suwali, which is between Portuguese and English. 4 gallon of English East India Company versus 4 gallon plus 26 bark of Portuguese East India Company, and here English won. And it is important for English as it shows the naval power of English, and it's recognized the English that the naval power is important to rule or trade freely, as that time the Portuguese were the uh, dominating the trading in India. So now in 1612, Thomas Roe Thomas Roe came to India as ambassador, and he was sent by royal family. And in 1613, uh, in Surat, there's a first factory established there by English, and in 1616 there is a second factory established in Masulipatanam. Sir Thomas Roe also met Jahangir, and he getting permissions from Jahangir to build factory at Agra, Ahmedabad, and Bharuch. But however, he failed to sign a commercial treaty with the emperor. So in 1632, there's a issued of Golden Farman in favor of English, in which Golden Farman it was issued to English by the Sultan of Golconda, Abdul Qutub Shah, in 1632. Under this Farman, by paying 1500 pagodas. Pagodas are the uh, trading or the coins, or what you can say currency at that time. uh, Under this Farman, by paying 1500 pagodas a year, English earned the privilege of trading freely in the ports of Golconda. Now the company position improved by this Farman. So in 1639, there's a two things happen. First is the port of Madras was on lease given to English by Damarla Venkatadri Nayaka, who is the Nayaka of Vandivash. And second thing happened is the fort of Madras was given to English by ruler of Chandragiri. Now again in 1651, the Subedar of Bengal. Who was the Subedar of Bengal? So the Subedar of Bengal at that time was Shah Suja, Shah Jahan's son. Shah Suja give rights to East India Company to trade with the annual payment of 3,000 only. 3,000 only. So now in 1662, Prince of England Charles II weds Princess of Portuguese Catherine Braganza, and in 1662 Portuguese give Bombay as dowry to Prince of England Charles II. Now in 1668 royal family give Bombay as rent to East India Company at £10, and in 1687 Bombay was made headquarter, and in 1698 buying zamindari rights, English bought the zamindari rights of Govindpur, Sutanoti, Kalikata. And in 1707 there's a big thing happened at that time, that Aurangzeb died in 1707. Now in 1717 English secured the Farrukhsiyar Farman, giving the company many valuable privileges in Bengal, Gujarat, and Hyderabad. What was the Farrukhsiyar Farman? The Farrukhsiyar Farman was that in Bengal, the company imports and export were exempted from additional custom duties on the annual payments of rupees 3,000 only. The company was permitted to issue dastaks. The English company was permitted to issue dastak or passes for transportation of goods. This was a big thing. And East India Company was exempted from all the leaves in Surat on an annual payment of rupees 10,000. And after that, East India could mint silver coins from Bombay that can be used as currency in Mughal Emperor. Now some things left, that English third factory was established at Armagaon, which are situated a few miles away from Pulicat in Madras, and they further established their factories at Hariharpur, which is in Uttar Pradesh, and Balasore, which is in Odisha, in 1633 through the Farman of Shah Suja, which is the Subedar of Bengal. In 1651, the first English factory in Bengal was set up on the bank of the river Hooghly. Now, Job Charnock, the company ambassador, tried to reconcile with the Mughals in order to return Sultanate back to them. Now, consequently, in February 1690, a treaty was signed with Mughals, and according to which Sultanate was restored to English, which we see in that 1698 the zamindari rights of Govindpur, Sultanate, and Kalikata was in the hands of English. Now, in 1639, a English merchant Francis Day got a permission from the ruler of Chandragiri to build a factory at Madras, and this factory at Madras came to be known as Fort Stephen George, which replaced Masulipatam as the English headquarters in South India. In this way, the English were the real founder of Madras. Now, Gerard Ongiar is often considered as the real founder of Bombay in 1669, and there's a company constituted East India Company, English East India Company constituted court of directors, in which consisted of 24 member directors. Those who worked as clerks, writers, and service providers were known as factors. Now the Fort William, Calcutta, will served as the capital of the English power in India till 1911. In 1717, the Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar issued a royal firman known as the Magna Carta of the company, granting major trade concessions to the English. So this result in the English East India Company gradually began to behave as a sovereign power, which signed various treaties with or without the assent of British Crown. So this is the English, and we will see future the Danes, about the Danes and French. Thank you.